One sentence, one campus meet, one MAGA earthquake. Shalom and welcome back to Middle East in less than 5 minutes. I'm Miguel, your host. On Wednesday, October 29th, J.D. Vance stared down a red-hatted conspiracy, dropped a line that lit X on fire, and accidentally proved Israel's worst critics can't even get their own myth straight. Let's unpack it in under 5 minutes. The alliance. Let's start with J.D. Vance, now the US Vice President, and Tucker Carlson. Their alliance runs deep. Carlson gave Vance his first big megaphone back in 2021, turning Tucker Carlson tonight into a non-stop showcase for Vance's brand of populism. He even lobbied Trump personally in 2024 to make Vance his running mate, and won. Since then, they've been ideological twins. Isolationist, anti-globalist, distrustful in Washington. But there's one issue where Vance and Carlson split, and it's Israel. Vance's Israel exception. For all his no foreign wars rhetoric, Vance draws a hard line in the sand. Israel is different. Always has been, always will be. He says it openly in his speeches, his Senate votes, and on the campaign trail. Back in 2022, he called Israel our most important ally. In 2024, he told the crowd at the Quincy Institute, the heart of Washington isolationism, that supporting Israel isn't in America's best interest. Not charity, strategy. In his words, Israel helps us contain Iran, stabilizes the region, and shares our values. That position hardened after the April 2024 Iran missile attack and again this month when he met Netanyahu in Jerusalem and said, "We don't babysit allies. Israel is our ally." It's a rare moment of moral clarity in modern politics, but it's also what's tearing MAGA apart. The TP USA Flashpoint. On October 29, 2025, at the Turning Point USA campus event in Mississippi, Vance faced a question that went viral. A student wearing a red MAGA hat asked why America supports Israel ethnic cleansing, claiming Jews persecute Christians. Vance didn't flinch. He said, "When the president says America first, he means our interests come first. Sometimes Israel shares them, sometimes not. But they're not controlling this president of the United States." He went on to talk about Christian holy sites, shared securities, and mutual respect. No pandering, no applause line, just reality. And yet, the phrase "not controlling this president" exploded online. The far right heard it as a validation, proof that previous presidents were controlled. The far left called it anti-Semitic dog whistling. Mainstream conservative heard what it actually was, a line in the sand against conspiracy. The Tucker factor. Here's where it gets complicated. Tucker Carlson, the man who built Vance's career, has grown colder toward Israel. He opposes the US aid, accuses Washington of being captured by foreign lobbies, and frames every alliance as a trap. And yet his own son now works for Vance, inside the vice president's office. That tension is everywhere now. Carlson followers boo at the pro-Israel events. Vance stands firm. And MAGA is suddenly two movements, one rooted in faith, values, and alliance, and other drifting toward isolation and cynicism. Debunking the control myth. But let's address the elephant. If Israel controls US presidents, as some conspiracies claim, then why not look at Obama and Biden? Obama pushed the Iran nuclear deal in 2015, which empowered Tehran and drew Israel fury. He abstained on US Security Council Resolution 2334 in 2016, condemning Israeli settlements. Biden paused arms shipments in May 24, over Rafah operations, criticize settlements expansion repeatedly, and push hard for Gaza ceasefires that limited Israel's responses to Hamas. If Israel were pulling strings, they'd be as bad at control as they are accused at being at genocide, which, let's be clear, isn't happening. Gaza's tragedy is Hamas' human shields and terror tactics, not systematic extermination. These policies from Obama and Biden prove no puppetry. They show US leaders acting independently, often against Israeli interests. And the money angle? AIPAC's affiliated PACs spent about $95 million in 2024 cycle, mostly on congregational races to defeat anti-Israeli progressives. For Trump and Vance, pro-Israel groups spent over $230 million benefiting Trump since 2020, but that's a fraction of his total $1.3 billion raised in 2024 alone. Vance's 2022 Senate run got some support, but his $15 million haul came mostly from the Silicon Valley billionaires like Peter Thiel, not AIPAC. It's influence, sure, like any lobby, but hardly control. What it really means. Look beyond the headlines, and this is just about one soundbite. It's about whether America still recognizes allies who share its moral compass, or whether populism eats itself in a haze of online conspiracies. J.D. Vance might not be perfect, but on Israel, he's right. Real allies defend each other, not because of guilt or lobbyists, but because survival and decency still matter. And the irony? The same movement that claims to fight media lies and moral decay is now flirting with the oldest hate in history. So the question isn't whether J.D. Vance is too pro-Israel. It's whether the rest of the movement remembers why Israel matters in the first place. Because when the line between skepticism and hatred blurs, history always repeats itself. I'm Igal, and that's Middle East in less than 5 minutes. Until next time, Shalom.